Hey guys, Lord here, back again with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the DC Multiverse Crisis on Infinite Earths Anti-Monitor Mega Figure, brought to us by the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys. And just like the Calabac review, I'm trying to keep this short and sweet, just in case my iPad wants to croak on me because it's a piece of shit. So, cutting right to the chase and getting into the meat and taters of this review. This guy doesn't come with any actual accessories like most mega figures do, but he does come with a collectible trading card. The last one of these we'll be looking at for a while. A lone tier for the collectible trading cards, but all good things must come to an end, or all things. I don't know if these are really good or not. There's bio on the back. You can pause and read at your own leisure. Long story short, Anti-Monitor here is OP as all get out, and is usually responsible for a lot of the DC Comics resets, I think. If I had to guess, I don't know. He's one of those weird, cosmic, multiversal beings that's just got a ridiculous power set. He's also supposed to be, like, Galactus huge, but I kind of get why they didn't make him that big. Too expensive. Said he does come with a hockey puck display stand. He doesn't really need it, but he benefits from it more so than Calabac. So, taking a closer look at the Anti-Monitor. Very different from the Mattel Build-A-Figure, or Collect and Connect figure, whatever you want to call it, in the sense that that one was based more off the, I don't know if you want to call it New 52 Anti-Monitor, but the Anti-Monitor the Justice League fought before the New 52 was a thing. He had like the cape and stuff, and I believe that's also what he looked like in Sinestro War, albeit without the yellow ring and insignia on his chest and stuff. This is like a more traditional, classic-looking Anti-Monitor with the tubes on his arms and legs. I can only assume this is maybe Rebirth or something. And they did make a Superboy Prime that you could pair up with this guy, I guess. But I don't have that figure, so that won't be happening today. But can't have them all, you know. But as far as articulation on this guy goes, he actually does have a decent range in the head. He's got a double ball peg in there, which is kind of impressive considering. So he can look down and poke himself in the eye with the weird thingies that come up over his face. And then he can kind of look up a little bit, but not a ton. His shoulders go out to the side. They are on those rotaty cap things, but there's no rotaty cap. So his shoulder just kind of clumps down or plumps down or whatever you want to call it, but you can rotate him. He does have a bicep swivel, and I think he's got double elbow. Yes, he does. He's got a double elbow there. And unfortunately, he does have a bit of the Cliffs of Dover going on, especially on the top joint. But if you use just the bottom one here, if I can get it to pop. Well, that's as far as it wants to go. It's not as bad, but it's still got a little bit of that going on. So there's that. He does have the ball hinge wrists, so they rotate at the base of the hand where they plug into the arm there. So that's good. You're into that thing. Now I will tell you, the torso on mine is a little loose, so we're gonna see how it works here. Crunches forward, crunches back. Not a ton of friction on that, unfortunately, but well, there we go. It does get a little loose after a while, so you might have to put something in there, or they could just make it tight in the first freaking place, but that's not loose enough to justify any sort of customer service compensation. That, and I bought this figure, I don't know how long ago. He does have a ball jointed waist. That works pretty well too. But yeah, I wouldn't even say he's that loose. I just think he could be tighter. His hips can kick forward and back. They can kick out. He does have a decent thigh cut there, but it is a little loose. He does have double jointed knees, but holy Kawasaki Ninja's Batman, I don't. There we go. This one wants to bend. no Cliffs of Dover going on there, so that's good. But, yeah, man, it's a tight knee. He's got the tubers, but they are soft. They will get out of the way. Pretty sure you can crunch them all the way up, too, so that's not too bad. Of course, try to straighten them out. It's easier said than done. And then he does have the hinge in the foot. It is a ball hinge, but it is very limited. Mostly just moves in a little bit. Then he does have a rocker and a toe joint. And that's your lot. As far as his articulation is concerned. So that is Anti-Monitor in a nutshell. He's pretty cool. If you didn't get the Mattel one, this one's not bad. But it could be a little better, if you ask me. I don't think it's really lacking in terms of color, but it just could be a little tighter here and there, I think. So, well, I do like the figure. It's not perfect. But then again, if you want everything in life to be perfect, you're never going to be happy. So, it is what it is. And much like Calabac, we're just going to compare him to the two regulars. A, because it wouldn't be one of my videos without him. And B, my DC Multiverse collection is kind of packed away. So, there he is with the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulus and the Inco 11 Spawn. There. And, yeah, Anti-Monitor's a mega figure, so he ain't towering over everyone today. So, with that being said, it's time now to wrap things up. Some final thoughts. Overall, and as I said before in the Calabac review I did earlier today, check that out if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it if you did. Even if you do not have that old Mattel Collect and Connect figure, I don't think this is a bad stand-in. I don't think this is a bad stand-in at all, especially considering it is a little bit more classic looking than the Mattel one. I think the Mattel one was more of a Jeff Johns era Anti-Monitor, which no shade to Jeff Johns, he's amazing. Created Sir Laser-Lot for crying out loud. And, of course, Blackest Night, the single best Green Lantern story of all time, if you ask yours truly. But, even though this is not a perfect figure of Anti-Monitor, he does have some looseness in the torso, much like Calabac. Noticing a pattern here. Same with Doomsday. What the hell? All three Megafigs I've reviewed in the past few days have loose torso joints. Starting to think something should be done about that. Either way, if you didn't get that old Mattel Collect and Connect figure, this guy's only $40, so you still pick him up as well as Calabac over on places like Big Ben Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, I think even Amazon, and possibly even the Target app. I'm not sure on that one, don't quote me on that, but the Mega figures tend to last a lot longer than the other figures, so I would recommend you pick them up. If you don't have an Anti-Monitor for your collection, I think he's really good. And I think he's about the same size as the Mattel one, maybe a little bigger. But don't expect this guy to be some towering 3-foot monstrosity. I just think that's unrealistic. I mean, if Jakks Pacific was still making the big figures, maybe they would do one. But I wouldn't count on it even if that was the case, because they never gave us a Galactus or a Sentinel, and I think those would have sold just fine. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.